location plays a large part in what we're selling here on this property. And this is we're going to go into more detail, show you the waterfront, and really some interesting things about this property as far as water frontage, dock rights, and that kind of stuff that really speaks to the importance of doing your legwork, doing some homework. Today we've got a really interesting property that's on the east side of Orlando, east of Winter Park, and it's a great chain of lakes out there. This one in particular is on Lake Irma. Lake Irma is a beautiful ski-sized lake. It's out, like I said, on the east side of town. It has an Orlando address, but it is part of a group of lakes out there that are really kind of sometimes fly under the radar as for waterfront home searches. And you can see here from the aerial, we've got Lake Irma down to the south. There's Lake Wanata. You have Lake Burkett, Lake Martha, which is actually part of Lake Burkett. It's connected. Lake Pearl. We have Lake Nan over there, and then up above that, there's Lake Bear Gully Lake. Lake Howe is a much larger lake, but I'm including it because it's part of this same watershed. And then you have Lake Georgia and Deep Lake over to the east, which is closer to Oviedo. And these lakes are within a very short drive of downtown Orlando. And this property in particular is really interesting. I was actually involved with this, 12 years or so ago I sold it, so fairly familiar with it. And it is a great candidate for likely a tear down. Somebody's going to purchase it for the lot, but it also has a very salvageable house. It's got some real potential if somebody wants to go in there and fix up this older block Florida lake home. So this is at 3658 Econlockhatchee Trail, and we're going to go into more detail here in the lake. But first, I want to give you an overview on the area and the location. One of the things that people like about this part of town and the lakes out here is it is has extremely close proximity to University of Central Florida, UCF. So you'll see a lot of people out there that want to have that proximity. There's a number of people that will buy up properties out there for investment. You've got a consistent pool of renters associated with the school, and you're also close enough to downtown Orlando and some other parts of Central Florida, namely our beaches. As you can see here, it's a very quick drive. Hop on the 528, you can be out to the East Coast in probably 35-45 minutes. We've got the Kennedy Space Center out there. You can see some amazing rocket launches out there. You can actually see them from this property. We've got Port Canaveral if you want to hop on a cruise ship, and then obviously beautiful historic Cocoa Beach out there. I'm gonna tease you real quick here. This is me down at the lake getting a view. This is a western exposure, so you will have amazing sunsets over this lake. Right now, the waterfront is fairly in original condition. It's waiting for somebody out there. You can see the cattails and stuff like that. There's some brown cypress down there. Really pretty slice of old Florida, and some lovely lake views. Now the property has a fairly narrow strip of frontage. It's about 40 some odd feet by my estimate. So we're going to talk about what that means for dock rights and whatnot. And this lake itself actually is a very unique situation in Florida lakefront properties that I've never come across before, quite frankly, until I found out about from the listing agent on this property. If you like what we're doing here and you like this kind of content, you find it interesting, please like and subscribe down below. I love comments, and if you have questions about this property, or if you want to see some other content regarding questions, market conditions, anything that has to do with waterfront property here in Central Florida, let me know down below. Love to talk to you about it. All right, so you can see here, gorgeous piece of property, nice deep lot, very private feeling. Again, quick hop onto the expressway to get to other parts of town, the attractions, the beaches, as mentioned. There's a bird flying off. I mean, it's just stunning. Older house. This house was built in the 50s, solid block. There was an extension that was put off on the front of it. We're going to see that on the inside shortly. And again, kind of a blank palette for somebody that wants to come in there and at this price point acquire a piece of waterfront and then fix up this house, or quite potentially somebody's just going to scrape this and build something amazing. So coming in the front door here, you can see a fantastic living room. This has got original hardwood oak flooring. So somebody could work with this, clean that flooring up, refinish it. It's actually in really good condition as is now, but you kind of do what you want with that. Little dining room off here to the side. This is what facing out back. There's a beautiful screened-in patio. Lots of sunlight coming into this house. That's the original older sliders. You can see kind of a tongue groove ceiling out there on the patio, and could be a really neat property for somebody that's got the vision and the energy to put into it. Kitchen has seen some updates at some point. I suspect this kitchen is going to get totally redone by the next owners if they decide to work with this house. Nice flow back out to the patio there. Again, nothing huge, but this is what you're getting at this price point for waterfront homes here in Central Florida. Going back out into the main living space, the bedrooms are all on the south side of the property here, and you'll see we've got a fairly large extension that was put on the west side. I'm sorry, the west side going back out towards the street. Pretty typical bedrooms as you expect. These are plaster walls, older windows, older trim. I mean, this is going to be a project house, but again, this is what you get at this price point here in Central Florida. You've got the hollow core wooden panel doors that were very popular back then. Smaller closets. We got bathroom off here to the right. Original tile. People pay top dollar for this stuff these days. That's retro. We don't call that old. We call that retro. And you got the aluminum windows, shower, tub surround, and then you're going to go back here down to the right, and you've got here's another bedroom here. Take a look at this real quick. Right there, you can see there is a settlement crack in that corner, and I have another video where there is some settlement in this property, some stair step cracking. That is a little bit more than you would typically want to see. So there's something going on out there. Good inspection is going to reveal what you're dealing with. You do have a crawl space in this property. I've not been in that crawl space. I don't know what the access is like, but a crawl space property on these older block homes, I like them if you're looking to renovate them because you can access everything and get down there and kind of move things around. Now we're going into what was an addition at some point. This is an older addition, so similar style of construction and whatnot. But again, you can see they kept the wood floors here. You've got a little bit larger closet. This may have been a grand master walk-in closet back in the day. And little built-ins there. And then we're going to take a right here, go back down. We've got another bedroom back there, bath at the end. And you can see that it's a basic block house here on the water here in Central Florida. More settlement cracks that we're seeing here. Again, there is some settlement around the perimeter of this house. At a few different locations. Not altogether unusual, not how it's designed to be built. Definitely something to understand and appreciate on the buy side, so you know what you're getting into. But it's not all that unusual. So the house is nicely positioned, kind of in the center of the yard. Sometimes you'll see these larger lots where somebody's built a house either closer to the lake or closer to the street. This one is very nicely positioned, in my opinion. I like it. You've got plenty of front yard, backyard, and side yard. A lot of room to play with here. Vehicle storage, if you've got motorhome, boats, that kind of stuff. There's a lot of room to work with here. And again, you know, there's a little carport space there. Plenty of room to build a beautiful, beautiful estate level home here. And this lake will, and this area, this part of town, will support that. Now, this is on the market right now in the 5s. On average here on Lake Irma, you're probably seeing a lot of the sales kind of in the right under $1 million and up to the 1.2, 1.3 range. There have been some newer construction sales that have happened out here on this lake in the 3 million range. And as you go up onto some of those other lakes that I showed you at the beginning of the video, we're seeing stuff, you know, higher than that. So the lake community out here, this part of Orlando, will definitely support an estate level luxury type home build. Down here at the lake, you can see it's just absolutely gorgeous. We've got, it's grown over. There's a lot of aquatic weeds, cattails and whatnot. So somebody will probably come down here and want to clear some lake frontage. The thing that's interesting about this property is what's going with the lake bottom and the narrow frontage. You've got 40-ish feet down there of frontage. Typically, you're going to require a setback from your property owners. When you're under 75 feet of property width in Orange County, you can get a variance for a 10-foot setback, so you do have enough room to put a dock out there. What happens though, because of I'm going to show you here on this aerial of the property lines, you might be challenged as far as what you can put out there at the end of the dock. May require a variance and a sign off from your neighbors and whatnot, but that's a whole nother video. We're going to talk about that. So my takeaway on 3658 Econlockhatchee, I like this property. I always have. It's a beautiful piece of property. You know, I've rehabbed a lot of older houses. I enjoy it. This one's going to be a bit of a project for somebody, but I think it's priced accordingly. So a lot of potential here if somebody wants to come in here and work with this and bring this place back to life. But if not, it's an absolute stunning piece of property for somebody to come and build a beautiful lakefront estate style property here. So a lot of potential either way. I want to thank Dan Haber. He is a rock star listing agent here in Orlando with Corcoran Realty. I've done some deals with him in the past. Top-notch professional. He let us come out here and preview his listing today. So thank you, Dan. Keep up the good work. And if I can help you with any questions on lakefront buying or selling, or just some random questions on waterfront properties here in Central Florida, I love that kind of stuff. Please reach out. I'm Mike Derenthal. Thanks for checking us out.